Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're deconstructing something truly fascinating, the incredible ecosystem of Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, obviously we all know him as a legendary footballer, but today we're analyzing the underlying architecture of his life. Specifically, we're looking at how extreme, almost punishing physical discipline directly fuels unimaginable luxury and wealth. It's honestly a masterclass in treating the human body as a billion-dollar corporate asset.
And when I say billion-dollar, I mean that literally. $1.2 billion. That is his official net worth as of his record-breaking 2025 contract extension. This number officially makes him the ultimate billionaire athlete, placing him in an elite club with very, very few peers. It's an astronomical figure for sure, but what we really want to understand is exactly how this wealth is generated and sustained.
So let's jump right into Section 1, the billion-dollar athlete. We're going inside sports' most lucrative ecosystem to explore the financial architecture that elevated Ronaldo from a football star to a one-man corporate powerhouse.
The sheer volume of his annual cash flow is just staggering. We're looking at an estimated $338 million. His groundbreaking move to Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr guarantees an unprecedented $224 million base salary alone. But then you have to look beyond the pitch. That base is bolstered by $114 million in commercial endorsements and partnerships. He isn't just an employee of a team anymore. He's a highly diversified enterprise.
And you know, that base salary is really just the beginning. The Al Nassr extension includes a suite of absolute wild-card corporate perks. We are talking about £4 million in private jet usage, a dedicated 16-person full-time staff just to manage his daily life. I mean, can you even imagine having an entourage that size just for your house? And performance incentives like £80,000 for every single goal he scores. Essentially, the club is entirely funding his hyper-luxury lifestyle right on top of his record-breaking earnings.
But here is the real secret weapon of this entire deal: the tax-free status in Saudi Arabia. Because there's a 0% personal income tax, he keeps all $338 million of it. To put that into perspective, compare that to his previous contracts in Europe. If you were facing a 45% tax rate over there, he'd need to earn a mind-boggling $614 million pre-tax just to take home that same $338 million. So every single dollar he earns in Riyadh goes straight into expanding his global empire.
Which brings us to Section 2, investing in the machine. Because to sustain a billion-dollar financial empire at age 40, you absolutely have to obsessively invest in your core asset, and in this case, that's the physical body.
Ronaldo treats his body like a high-performance engine. He doesn't just eat, he's fueled by a strict, dietitian-mandated protocol of 6 high-protein, low-fat micro-meals every single day. Step 2, 0 alcohol, 0 sugary drinks. But Step 3 is where it gets truly wild, because who has the time for traditional sleep, right? Instead, he utilizes a highly unconventional polyphasic sleep schedule. He takes 5 90-minute naps throughout the day, and get this, they must always be on fresh sheets.
Now, it sounds exhausting just to maintain that routine, but it's completely intentional. As Ronaldo himself says, eat regularly. It's important to keep energy levels high. Maintaining that relentless, perfectly regulated energy is the absolute foundational requirement for performing at a world-class level year after year, well into an age when most athletes have long since retired.
But to recover from those incredibly high energy outputs, he subjects himself to some seriously punishing extremes. Try negative 200 degrees Celsius. He actually imported a 50,000-pound cryotherapy ice chamber right into his home. He steps into this freezing cylinder for about 3 minutes to drastically boost blood circulation, decrease fatigue, and literally mend human tissue. And when he's not freezing himself, he's pressurizing himself. He utilizes a hyperbaric oxygen cocoon. By delivering up to 95% pure oxygen at 1.5 atmospheric pressure, this therapy hypersaturates his blood. It forces his billion-dollar body to dissipate lactic acid and stimulate new micro-blood vessel growth, which allows him to repair himself way faster than normal human limits. He's quite literally leveraging cutting-edge science to defy aging.
All right, Section 3, the ultimate garage. This is where we see all that painful physical discipline converted into hypercars. The return on investment for his routine is highly visible here. His garage reads less like a parking lot and way more like a museum of automotive perfection. You've got track-focused monsters like the $1 million McLaren Senna and the Lamborghini Aventador. You've got extreme luxury with the Rolls-Royce Cullinan and the Bentley Flying Spur. And of course, the $3 million Bugatti Chiron. He's curated a fleet that reflects the absolute pinnacle of engineering.
But amidst all those supercars, the undisputed crown jewel of this collection comes with a truly staggering price tag. We're talking $8.9 million for a single piece of automotive history.
For that $8.9 million, he owns a Bugatti Centodieci. It is one of only 10 ever made in the entire world. It boasts 1,600 horsepower and goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. It is a masterpiece that directly mirrors his own obsession with speed, peak performance, and absolute rarity.
Which brings us to our final section, mansions and super yachts. These are the trophy assets. This is the top tier of the CR7 ecosystem, where he actually spends his hard-earned downtime surrounded by immense opulence. Take a look at this fascinating mirror effect in his real estate portfolio. On one side, you have his primary European base, a $30 million futuristic compound in Cascais, Portugal, complete with a 30-car subterranean garage and a glass-bottom pool. And then, on the other side, an equally priced $30 million mega mansion located on Dubai's highly exclusive Billionaires Island, featuring a private beach and its own 7-car showroom.
These massive property acquisitions aren't just lavish homes, though. They are calculated, high-yield trophy assets. Notice how his recent $30 million acquisitions in Portugal and Dubai completely dwarf his former $6.6 million mansion in Manchester. These estates serve to securely anchor his $150 million global real estate portfolio. And when he wants to escape land entirely, well, he commands a $7.5 million Azimut Grande super yacht. It's an 88-foot floating mansion capable of hitting 28 knots thanks to twin 1,900 horsepower engines. It is completely equipped with 5 luxury cabins and 6 bathrooms, offering just the ultimate private sanctuary for his family.
So as we wrap up this explainer, seeing the stark contrast between those agonizing sub-zero ice baths and his $30 million mega mansions leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. When you consider the grueling physical sacrifice required to maintain a $1.2 billion empire, how do you measure the return on investment of your own daily habits? And ultimately, is that massive reward really worth the extreme, almost punishing discipline? It's definitely something to chew on the next time you set an alarm, or maybe think about skipping a workout. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and keep learning.